start. So we got that homecoming coming, brother. So make sure we tear it down. Listen up. Glad to see all my beautiful people, my 12th graders, my 8th graders, my representatives, right? We come together today. We're gonna have our convocation. In a couple of minutes, we have our borough president, Brooklyn Borough President. They're gonna come talk to you, right? They take time, they're busy days to come talk to you. Talk about that next step, that level up expectation for our 12 graders. Y'all have an opportunity, y'all gonna be leading here, y'all gonna be going into the world to make sure that to go ahead and do better, okay? And so we're gonna start the year off like this. So my 8th graders, you are in your last year of middle school. That means that you're 4 years away. We're there, I'm gonna go ahead and be 4 years from now. So I want y'all to go ahead and take heed, make sure that
for everything that lies ahead. It's a time to celebrate, to align around our mission, and to remind ourselves that each of us is part of something bigger than ourselves. This year, our theme is Level Up, a call for each of us to rise higher, push further, and reach new heights in learning, leadership, and community. Today, we gather to challenge ourselves, to celebrate one another, and to commit to a year of growth and excellence. And at this time, we are honored to welcome our wonderful school social worker, Miss Lashley, who will inspire us with a song to celebrate today's convocation.
I feel the same way about all of you. This is what Ms. Lashley's doing about all the students. I celebrate all of you. I am delighted to be able to serve in this capacity. My job today, I'll wait, thank you. My job today is to give you a little bit of history about a song that people of color have adopted as our Black national anthem. And that song is Lift Every Voice and Sing. I get to perform it a lot, all over the world, probably for almost all of my singing life. So for all of you that don't know, James Weldon Johnson, in the year of 1900, he was a principal in Jacksonville, Florida. And he wrote this poem that we now call our Black national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. And then later, his brother, John Rosamond Johnson, for Lincoln's birthday, at the time it was a big celebration, he added music to it. And then not very many years afterwards, in 1919, the NAACP adopted it as the Black national anthem. It is something that we sing. It is something that our children, our scholars, you all should know about, because it is your history, your legacy, and it is a reflection of the resilience of people of color in this country all over the world. So I'd like you to join in and sing with me. I think the words might be posted. Yay. So we're only going to sing a portion of this on the left side. I will start. Please join in if you know it, and if you don't, let's learn it. And in honor of this ceremonial moment, we always stand. So let's all stand to our feet. That's not what, ladies and gentlemen. If you hear my voice, clap once. If you hear my voice, clap 2 times. Respect and homage to your and my ancestors. Out of respect and homage to everyone that has gone before you. Out of respect and honor to the shoulders that both you and I stand on, in silence and reverence. Thank you. So you're going to join in if you can. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the glistening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day. Let us march on till victory is won. Yes, yes.
Wasn't that just amazing? Wasn't that just she has the most beautiful voice? If you could hear my voice, clap one. So now that we have heard that wonderful inspirational song, it is my privilege to introduce our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Garland Thomas McDavid, who has led Brooklyn Lab for 4 years after a distinguished quarter of a century, leading adults and children. And I know she doesn't want me to do this, but I think it's important for everyone to understand who the leader of our organization is and the background that she brings to us. Dr. Garland Thomas McDavid has a diverse and extensive work experience. She currently serves as our Chief Executive Officer at Brooklyn Lab Charter School. Prior to this role, she held a position as Chief Member at Chief, a private network focused on empowering women in senior leadership positions. Dr. Garland Thomas McDavid also established, as an entrepreneur, Garland Leads, where she worked as an executive coach, providing support and guidance to leaders in management in various industries all across the country. Dr. Thomas McDavid has a background in education and leadership, having served as CEO and president of North Lawndale College Prep and Chief Executive Officer of Civitas Education Partners, both in Chicago. Dr. TM, as we affectionately call her, also held prominent positions in the field of education, including the founding principal and lead principal at the Noble Network of Charter Schools, an esteemed network also located in Chicago. She served as an assistant principal at Valley View School District and Indian Prairie School District. In addition to her work in education, Dr. TM has experience in the wellness and fitness industry, having worked as a psychotherapist at the Well Chicago Gym. Throughout her career, Dr. TM has demonstrated a commitment to leadership development, education, and empowering women in positions of power. Dr. TM has an extensive education history. Dr. TM obtained her doctorate of education degree in ed leadership from DePaul University, where she studied from 2003 to 2009. Prior to that, she completed her Bachelor of Science and Master of Science degrees in special education at Florida State University, graduating in 2002. In 1997, she attended a University of Florida, although the degree obtained and field of study are not specified. She knows what she did. Dr. TM also holds an Associate of Arts degree in General Education from Santa Fe Community College. That was earned between 1995 and 1970. In addition to her academic achievements, Dr. TM has several certifications. She is a ISBE approved school board member trainer. She has also completed the MBTI certification program and is trained to understand all the personality types of individuals. We know that, those who work for her. Furthermore, she holds several other important licenses. And recently, Dr. Thomas McDavid further pursued education at the Quinlan School of Business at Loyola University of Chicago. She's also working towards an MBA, as her bio says. She also is the proud mother of 5 beautiful children, which brings a smile to her face. Her son, who just recently graduated from Brooklyn Lab High School, and a son who also attends in our 6th grade. And so for a wonderful woman who puts her money where her mouth is, I welcome Dr. Thomas McDavid to the podium.
Y'all know I only want to hold you long enough to bless you, and I'm just going to thank you for showing me your best scholarly behavior and continuing to show respect for the speakers that have come and taken time out of their busy days to spend with us. Good morning and welcome to our inaugural, our first Scholar Convocation. Growing up in East New York, I never imagined I'd stand here. Not because I didn't dream big, but because life came fast. Personally, I overcame poverty, teen pregnancy, being a high school dropout, crime in my neighborhood, and challenges that make it easy to believe you are not supposed to win. I look at you guys because I remember thinking that I wouldn't live past 19 years old because of all of the crime and all of the violence and all of the tumultuous things in my neighborhood. I would literally imagine something bad happening to me and my not living long. And it occurred to me the other day that I needed to remind you all, because you're sitting in the seat and looking back at me as my younger self, that there is hope. There is a future. And this is why days like today are so important, that you fix your mind on where you're going and what you're going to accomplish. And you don't let anybody stop you or tell you you're not good enough or you're not going to make it or you don't have the chops based on where you come from. I see you snap that young lady, it's worth it, because anything that you set your mind to, you will accomplish. I have the privilege of leading this incredible school community, not just as CEO, but as a mother, as an educator, and a believer in the power of what is possible when people show up, lock arms, and commit to excellence. And that's what today is about, leveling up together. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to the amazing guests and community members who showed up for us today. Deputy Borough President Kimberly Council, NYSED Regent, Connie Pratt, and a celebrity, Dr. Patrice Austin. Your presence here validates this moment and means everything. As we say in Brooklyn, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with Brooklyn Lab. You continue to make time to pour into our children, even when no one is looking. On behalf of every family, scholar, and staff member at Brooklyn Lab, thank you. We also extend gratitude to the many individuals who made this happen, to News 12 for taking time to be here with us today and caring about our moment. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that our scholars are not aware of. So to our faculty, our operations team, our leadership team, and to the scholars who are pitching in to make today special, thank you. To Leslie Redwine, Sarah Breslin, Sterling Laurent, the middle school teams, the high school team, and every member of our community who makes this work possible. There's an African proverb that says, who knows what God has brought us in their children? Think about that. You, sitting in this room or watching from your classroom, and I want you to think back to this day, because when we had Success Looks Like Me last year, I stood beside a very prominent architect who works and builds skyscrapers. I love telling people my place is she builds skyscrapers. When we were little girls, I would braid her hair for $5. And we would talk about what we're going to be. And I asked her, standing in the room upstairs, as she was pouring into the community and paying it forward to all of you, I asked her, Kiwanda, do you remember the first model that we made over your house when I came over? She had a little house and it was built up and had trees and all these little things. And she said, of course I remember it. And now she's in a brownstone in Brooklyn, living well, you guys. And so I don't want you to think that you see all of these prominent people up here today, but you don't see yourselves. Time is gonna fly out, switch places with us. It is really possible, and it is really going to happen to the extent that we believe. For those sitting in the classrooms, you might be the future doctor who care for us. Sitting among us are pilots, our lawyers, our local and state officials, the police officers, the scientists who will create the next cures and vaccines. We're here today because we believe that, because we believe in you. Who knows what God has brought us in as children? This gathering is more than a ceremony. It is a symbol of unity, the power of us coming together, the power of us, scholars, educators, families, and partners, is how we will continue to rise. When we come together, we don't just build better schools. We build better futures. We empower ourselves to pay it forward in our neighborhoods, our communities, and our world. Imagine that this little girl who used to walk around East New York scared, with crocodiles on the streets, sometimes blood on the streets, sometimes sleeping at night listening to guns in the backyard, people running through my backyard. If you're from the city, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm standing here because this is true. Now I'm standing here talking to you all, to my seniors. I want to charge you. Class of 2026, you have a responsibility. The rest of the school is watching you. Your family is watching you. Your neighborhood is watching you. And like me, I want you to be able to come full circle and come back and say, I'm a CEO in a community serving children that look like me, that come from where I come from, and I understand them. And so I'm paying it forward and pouring into you guys. And I want you all to pour into the younger people under you by being the best that you can be. The little ones in middle school are watching you. Your neighbors are watching. And whether you realize it or not, you are someone's role model. If you don't like it, that's too bad. Okay? I saw this with my son, Johnny. When we dropped him off at Temple University, I know some of his friends are here. When we dropped him off, I took my grandson, I took my son, and I took my stepson. And at the end of the night, I told him, you showed them what Black boys do after 12th grade. And if you had done something else, you would still be showing them what Black boys do after 12th grade. They look up to you, Johnny, and you matter more than anything I say, anything that anybody else says. So I want you to remember that your family, the young ones, the people in your neighborhood that you don't even realize are watching you, and they're saying to themselves, what should I become? What can I become? You may see that our strategic plan and our renderings of our future building, the future is always on our mind. Make no mistake, the future of Brooklyn Lab is you. This year, we're focused on a few big goals, ones that matter for your experience, your success, and our school community. We're making schools safer, calmer, and more joyful every day. We hope you feel that. We're strengthening how we teach, tutor, support, and challenge our scholars so that no one slips through the cracks. We are building a culture of respect, unity, and high expectations where we lift each other up and not tear each other down. And we're making sure that every senior leaves ready for what's next, for college, career, and life. And over the next 5 years, we're headed to a permanent state-of-the-art home. I can't wait to see those new floors added, the gym added, the locker room added, all of the things that are coming from Brooklyn Lab, so that you can have the learning and dreaming in the environment that you deserve. 100% of our students are walking through Brooklyn Lab stage every year at graduation, ready to thrive. That's the goal. No excuses. We want a school that is known across the city and the nation for producing brilliant, bold, community-minded scholars, and most importantly, a Brooklyn Lab where everyone feels seen, heard, and deeply prepared for the real world. We've got your back. You are not alone, and we will be with you to and through college. This isn't just a school, it's a movement, and movements need leaders. If you remember from the civil rights, the leaders were the kids. The kids protested. The kids had dogs sticked on them. The kids had hoses blown through their hair that was so strong, it ripped hair out of their scalps, so that you and I could sit here. And so I don't take it for granted. I don't take it lightly. Everything that they did, that they cared enough about me to stand up. They cared about me to be called names and told things were impossible. They paved the way for us. And we're going to stand on those shoulders with grace, with greatness, and with respect. So to our 8th graders and our 12th graders in the room, and to every scholar watching from your advisory, I bless you, I charge you, I believe in you, and y'all know I love you.
One more time for Dr. Thomas. There was, in my time, there was an educator Collins, who was just very well regarded and known. And I believe that Dr. Tian is our Martha Collins today. Now we will hear from our wonderful students. And their voices, because your voices matter. So one by one, they're gonna come up and share our mission and our core values. Brooklyn Life Charter School, our mission. Our mission is for Brooklyn Life prepares and equips scholars with that. Brooklyn Life prepares and equips scholars with the academic foundation and leadership they need to succeed in college and professional life.
Courage. We fully engage and show up to the challenging days, people, and act without hesitation.
Commitment. We act and behave in a manner that fosters trust on our teams and builds credibility with students, families, and staff.
Compassion. We demonstrate genuine concern about others by expanding support where it's needed. And last, creativity. We demonstrate innovation, adaptability, and flexibility to solve problems.
Thank you, scholars. Our mission and our core values ground us in the purpose of our work and our commitments to our community, and they unite us together. Thank you for sharing. We're now going to watch a video montage of our organization.
Today, we come together. Morning, we come to men. Word, we come together. Torn, we come to tend. Battered, we come together. Tethered by this year of yearning, we are learning that though we weren't ready for this, we have been readied by it. We steadily vow that no matter how we are weighed down, we must always pave a way forward. This hope is our door, our portal. Even if we never get back to normal, someday we can venture beyond it. Leave the known first steps. So let us not return to what was normal, but reach toward what is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will cure.
So let us not
Cure.
return
We
to what
tend
was
argue.
normal,
We will
but
try
reach
to
toward what
agree.
is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will prove pure. Where we tend to argue, we'll try to agree. Those fortunes we forswore, now the future we foresee where we weren't aware, we're now awake. Those moments we missed are now these moments we make, the moments we meet, and our hearts once all together beaten, now all together beat. Come look up with kindness yet, for even solace can be sourced from sorrow. We remember not just for the sake of yesterday, but to take on tomorrow. We heed this old spirit in a new day's lyric in our hearts. We hear it for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. Be bold, sang time this year. Be bold, sang time, for when we honor yesterday, tomorrow ye will find no what you thought need not be forgot, nor
And I wanted to say that the person you heard that behind that was Amanda Gorman, who is an American poet, activist, and model who advocates for racial equality, gender justice, and environmentalism. She was born in Los Angeles and graduated from Harvard with a degree in sociology. In 2017, she became the first National Youth Poet Laureate and performed for influential figures like Hillary Clinton, Al Gore, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. She also presented that poem at a presidential inauguration. Now, we are honored to hear from our special invited guests who bring wisdom, leadership, inspiration to our Lab family. We are so grateful for their presence and we look forward to their words today. Kimberly Council is our Deputy Borough President, Reverend and fierce community advocate. All the words you can use to describe Kim Council. All her life, Reverend Kim Council has dedicated her career to communities and the people of Brooklyn, focused on finding ways to better lives and strengthen opportunities for all. As Deputy Borough President, she carries this work out on a borough-wide scale, working with faith-based and community leaders to find some of the biggest challenges facing our borough, from housing to food insecurity and violence. Please welcome Deputy Borough President and Reverend Kim Council to the podium.
As we shared, I'm Reverend Kim Council, and I have the privilege of serving as Deputy Borough President, and I bring greetings on behalf of our Borough President, the Honorable Antonio Reynoso. Is Brooklyn in the house? Yeah. Come on, man, is Brooklyn in the house? I know it's a little early. And she said that I'm a preacher, you know, I'm a Baptist preacher, so that means the quicker you respond, the quicker I'll sit down. I'm just messing. Today's a big deal. It's the beginning of your 2025-2026 academic career. And I want to start out by acknowledging your leadership, your CEO, Dr. Garland Thomas McDavid, all of the administrators and staff, the honored guests who we have here today, your regent for Brooklyn, Hassani Pratt, and each and every one of you who are here. Since I knew that I was going to be speaking at this convocation, I was trying to figure out some things that I could say to you that you would actually remember. I want you to know that today is a milestone, that you've gone through life's challenges and had your academic career interrupted by a global pandemic. But here you sit reaping the rewards of all of your hard work and your sacrifices to move forward down this next path of this next year of your life. You've proven to yourself and your community that you can face any obstacle and succeed. So I want to share with you some wisdom, some words of wisdom that I'm sure you're going to forget. As you move forward in life, I want you to remember that your attitude will determine your altitude. Don't allow anything or anyone to distract you from your goals. You have to believe in yourself and trust yourself and strive to be your best self when there is no crowd that is cheering you on. Inevitably, there are going to be some people who, for whatever reason, they start out with you, but then at some point they move on. Perhaps you don't miss them. Perhaps you are trying to figure out why. How many of you have ever seen a spaceship take off? Come on. You never seen a rocket ship take off? Well, let me tell you what happens. When a rocket ship takes off, a rocket ship has on either side of it these things that are called solid rocket boosters. And these solid rocket boosters assist them for the first 2 minutes of their ascent into the atmosphere. And they help to guide them as they exit Earth's gravitational pull. But once they reach a certain altitude, they fall off because they're not equipped to go with the orbiter into the next level. I need you to understand that everybody in your crowd may not always be in your corner. But don't stress when relationships get complicated, because you got to keep leveling up. I believe that some relationships are complicated on purpose, and that people come into your life for a reason, for a season, and for a lifetime. The reason might be to teach you a lesson, learn the lesson and don't look back. The season might be to get you through something, and once that season ends, you got to keep moving forward. Some, if they've come for a lifetime, you got to cherish them and don't take them for granted. I'm a proud graduate of North Carolina Central University. At NCCU, our mascot was an eagle, and the chancellor, the founder of the university, I'm told, because it was founded in 1910, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm told, that he would walk around talking to the students and encourage them and explain why the eagle was their mascot. He would say that the eagle is no ordinary barnyard fowl, but a mighty bird. And the eagle moves through the landscape primarily by soaring. They spread their wings outwards and they rarely flap, saving considerable energy relying on air currents in order to gain altitude. Soaring is different from flying. When you fly, you're flapping your wings against gravity and exerting energy to rise higher. When you soar, you are quickly rising as the wind slips below you. You rise higher and higher. It's a special kind of glide in which this big bird flies using a rising air current. Because the air is rising, the bird can maintain its height relative to the ground. In other words, this big bird is rising using the air to propel it higher. It's not exerting energy on unnecessary stuff. It is evolved to the place where it has learned to use the things around it in order to, in the atmosphere, in order to reach its destination. And so I encourage you, scholars of Brooklyn Lab, to stay focused because we're counting on you to take back the city, the state, and even the country and the world to the next level. You got to stay focused on your goals and accentuate the positive, and you got to eliminate negativity. Don't even pay attention to your haters. Haters are gonna hate, but while they're hating on you, you gotta keep soaring. It is my sincere hope that when people tell you to stand back, that you stand up. If they tell you to shut up, that you speak up, that you stay focused and keep moving forward. Remember, I told you that the eagle is no ordinary barnyard fowl, but a mighty bird. The average adult eagle weighs about 14 pounds and has a wingspan of about 8 feet. Most birds don't mess with the eagle, but crows never got that message. The crow will sit on the neck of the eagle and it will peck at the eagle's neck. They actually sit on it and bite at its neck. The eagle, it doesn't respond. It doesn't fight with the crow. It doesn't flap. It doesn't try to get the crow off. It doesn't turn its neck to try to figure out what's going on. It simply opens its wings and it begins to rise higher in the sky. The higher the eagle gets, the harder it is for the crow to breathe, and it eventually falls off due to a lack of oxygen. There are some things that are not worth your energy, so don't even warrant a response. Like this, I want you to understand that you're on the perimeter of promise. You are pregnant with possibility. You are beautiful. You are brilliant. You are fierce. You've got to stay focused on your goals, spread your wings, and soar. What you've accomplished today is major. You are sitting in school and you live in a country that most people take the freedoms that we have for granted. You've proven to yourself and others what you can achieve when you set your heart and mind to work. This is a great beginning, but it's time to soar, to be all that you were created to be. And as you were soaring, I hope that you would dream like Parthia Hall. Parthia Hall prayed about her dream and inspired Martin Luther King to preach about his. That you would fight like Fannie Lou Hamer, who in 1964 was a delegate to the Democratic National Convention, but was denied access because of her color. And she declared that nobody is free until everybody is free. Can you organize like Ella Baker, who worked alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and A. Philip Randolph, and declared that we who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes? Can you run like Shirley Chisholm, who was a Black woman from Brooklyn, who was unbossed and unbought, the first Black woman elected to Congress, who said that if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair? Can you break barriers like Kamala Harris? They counted her out when she folded her presidential campaign. They tried to label her as aggressive when they were considering potential running mates for Joe Biden, but look what she accomplished.